So my question was, when the shit goes down, and it will, between the people and the government, do you think that our military will be on the side of the people, or do you think they're going to follow the elite's orders and go against the people?
I think that if I'm planning this, I probably got as much division in those ranks as I have everywhere else. I think if I'm running the show the way that it seems to be, yeah, I got people everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah.
So like he's saying like the military would be split, just like it is here.
To some degree.
That's wild. That's wild because they skill training sets, you know?
Like
it's like
I do believe that with some of what they have been doing is purging the good people, right?
Yes.
The people that refuse the mandates, for example, or refuse to follow orders or whatever like that. But as far as the police go anyway, as far as I'm concerned, they don't police their own. So I've never been a fan of the police anyway. There's never, I'm not, if they're ask a cop when was the last time he arrested a cop? You know what I'm saying? Like 40% of cops beat their wives, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
so why would you? Yeah, why do you have so much faith in the military, but not?
No, it's not
because you would never say that about the cops. You know the cops are on the side of the cops.
It's not that I have faith in the military itself. I have faith in people.
I have faith in people
why
too.
Wouldn't you feel that way about cops then?
I feel that way about some cops also. I think some cops will be on the side of the people.
I'm glad you said that, because that's actually what pulled me out. Like when I woke up, I got depressed probably for a good year and a half. I was like, and what pulled me out of it was realizing that there were good people and trying to seek them out and find them or whatever. But the problem is with police, in my opinion, in particular, there might be good cops, but they're not good. Let me start again. They aren't good cops if they aren't calling out bad cops. So they might not have the same temperament, and I get with you there, but they're still bad cops.
Yes. Right, exactly.
Agreed.
There should be some sort of a code within cops where if you dishonor the cop, then other cops are like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't want a cheater on your team. Right? It's like, I want to win fair and square. I want to win because I'm the best. I don't want to, right? So that's how policing should be. There should be some sort of way that they're policing their ranks. And as long as they're not, they may as well be, grips or blood.
I just feel like with soldiers and people in the military, how are you, like,
she thinks it's super brainwashed, and
you're murdering people every single day. Like, you're just murdering people because this dude told you to do that. Like, that's insane.
But we have to understand also that people are shooting at them. You're gonna automatically shoot back if you know how.
You're in their home. Like,
hold on. Because first of all, it's not. You can't say every single day, because it doesn't happen every single day. It happens in conflict, and not every single soldier is in conflict. So there are many soldiers in all these bases we got all over the world that don't actually even see combat, right? Now, as far as combat goes,
they work for them.
What's that?
It's just a job, though. It's a job. And look where they go and get these soldiers from. My bag. And look where they go and get the soldiers from. They get them from the hoods.
Right. Well, this is one of the reasons why I never joined the military, because at the same time, it's about like 87, 88. I'm graduating high school. Some of my friends are going into the Marines, and I thought about it, but Malcolm X came out around that time, and I was like, these brown people never did nothing to me. Like, why am I going all over there to go get in their business? You know what I'm saying? So after that, the military was never going to happen for me anyway.
And you remember, like, how, I mean, it was before our time, like it was probably when we were small children, but how anti-war, the U.S. was, and how anti-war, exactly. And I'm like, whoa, what happened? What changed?
They got better at finessing. They got better at finessing it. So one of the things they do was they do something like bring Michelle Obama on the Ellen show. When Obama is dropping bombs on, right, to make everybody likable so that you don't pay attention to what they're actually doing. Started finessing you like that. Yeah, they're good.
So and it's messed up because they know that means if your strategy is to like calm people down then and make them not so anti-war. Sorry about that. Then you're wrong. You're wrong. So you're basically Absolutely. Going, out of your way to make people not see how wrong you're being. Then you're wrong. So it's not like we're defending anything or Operation Freedom Now or whatever. Like none of that is real. And I have to think that if you're in it, okay, I get the whole thing. Like you can't see the forest because of the trees. I get that. But like after so much, murder.
A lot of people do switch after they see the real.
Or they get out and they go crazy. Like not crazy.
Yeah, but that's another one of those questions, is it okay? Like who has the authority to tell you to kill someone?
Right.
Under what authority do you tell me to do this? Right. So like I'm a kind of anti-authority person myself also. I don't understand I don't understand who's got the rights to do this, right? So I can't tell you, if I tell you slap Leah upside the head, right, and you do it, that's on you, really. It's not really on me.
And that's what the whole thing about
fuck around and find out.
What were we? I wasn't even thinking that anymore.
No one is suggesting you actually do that, but I'm saying. And you fucked around. If you fucked around and found out, that'll be your fault.
That'd be on you. That's between you guys. And that's how they keep their hands clean.
That's true. That's what I was about to say. That's how they keep their hands clean, because we actually make the decision to follow those orders.
That's on you. Even though it seems like there's no way out of this decision, I have to make it. It's not true. You always have a choice.
It's deeper than all of that, because literally every inhumane, aggressive, every despotic, every single anti whatever thing that you can think of, we literally do to ourselves. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Somebody said to me one time,
it's us that are working in these labs that are putting these chemicals together that are gain of function and stuff like that. It's us that are putting the chemicals in the food. It's us that are, putting the Roundup on the crops, and it's us that is driving it to the market. It's us that's selling it to us. Like every step of the way, we are doing it to ourselves. Every step of the way.
Well, yeah.
Well, let me say, my bottom line about that question was, I really don't, because the military people, they have families, and I can't see them going against their families, first of all. And I mean, they have to equate that to, I'm not going against these families either. These are families. People
somebody's doing it to my family, then if I'm not doing it, then you're doing it to my family. And I hear that to some degree, but a lot of them don't have families.
True.
And, a lot of them are good to their families.
Right.
Look.
I guess I just have hope that it wouldn't go down like that.
Well, yeah.
I would hope the majority wouldn't go against people.
And I think that ultimately,
when that happens, what they do is they bring in troops from someplace else.
And
very true.
And they'll also take your family and be like, "We got your family now. Like we're taking care of them." And so that makes you like,
because
I gotta get to my family.
A UN soldier is not going to have the same compunction, or a soldier that they brought in from New York or something that's not from around here. It's not going to have the same compunctions as somebody that's from around here.
Right. Yeah, no, especially if it's somewhere that we did dirty, they're not going to care about Americans at all.
Yeah. And that's what I think. But I don't know anything. I'm one of these people, I'm going to tell you over and over again, I don't know shit, bro. I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Look, if you take everything I say for a grain of salt, because it's a lot of people out here doing predictions and hero worship and this, that, and the other. And I don't do none of that, man. From what I could see, it seems to me that if they got the American people split like that, and the American people make up the military,
that's what worries me too.
Military split.
Yeah, that's what worries me too.
And you see people like General Milley, that little crybaby letter he wrote. I can no longer serve. Like, saying that little letter he wrote. We split, right? And when you see what's the dude, the bald dude that's wearing the red pumps and everything, right? We split. Yeah, you gotta know we split.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna get my guns up and I'll be ready.
That's the only thing you can do. Right?
Just a
couple of chickens, plant you some stuff in the backyard, and
exactly,
and wait. You know what I'm saying? And just
we're working on it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's all I'm trying to do myself. You know, just get a little spot. You know what I'm saying? And just yeah. See what plays out. See how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as like the Trump patriots are concerned, I feel like I want to be in one of these movies, and I want to be like, you know, I'm not joining your cause today, but I would fight with you.
Yeah.
Right? But that's my land over there. So I'll fight with you, right? You know, I won't be swearing in the oaths today.
right. Right. I can't say the same thing about them though. I don't know. Some of them, but some of them, no. What blows my mind is that they are some of the Trump patriots and the ones, or I'll just say the truthers, which are primarily, conservative voters. They swear they see the division tactics and how the government manipulates the race thing and all this stuff. But they end up being the most divisive.
I know, it's funny. I know, it's funny. I actually said something about that the other day. I was saying that Trump isn't helping because he's calling himself the most persecuted man in all of history. And I'm like, bruh, really, bruh? You are the most persecuted man in America. Okay. All right. You're pushing buttons here, bruh. You're doing it right.
Exactly.
I mean, he does it a lot. Like when he went to Oklahoma, like when he did the
his speech on the
on what was it on again?
It was on Juneteenth, or was it?
No, it was on was it? It was on the anniversary of the Tulsa.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Of the Tulsa, Oklahoma
the riots.
Yeah, the riots, and he went there to do his rally like on that day, like just like stuff like that. And then when he went to Stone Mountain, like why are you doing that? Like why Stone? Like
sometimes it's funny. I laugh when he trolls and he pulls it off. You know what I'm saying? I do. I think he's entertaining.
Funny. It's funny.
I do think he's funny. I was a big fan of The Apprentice when it was out. I used to crack up on that show.
It was pretty good, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's also why I saw the switch, because I remember being a fan of The Apprentice and everybody loved Trump and he ran for president, and you could see it was like night and day. You could see the switch, and I was like, how is nobody noticing? Like they just like flipped a switch on this brother. You could see like yesterday and then today.
Yesterday, have you seen that montage when he's with all the black people? Like it's called like, so Trump's a racist. Have you seen that? Yeah. I mean,
he's with all the black people.
I have it too.
All the top black people.
This one clip where I showed him like doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and like Sex in the City, how he's on all these different shows, Home Alone. Like we used to love him. Stop with the bullshit. I don't know, everybody. I always hate stop bullshit.
Like, I always hated him. Has he always been racist? No,
right. Not even Zoolander. That he was in Zoolander. Stop playing. Stop. Yeah, so I think
part of the clip she's talking about.
I'm gonna show it right now.
Yeah, okay. This is so it's good. It's
maybe he got racist when he got older.
Well, no, I remember when he was down for Tyson back in the day.
Yeah,
remember when Tyson had that issue with was it Robin? I think it was Robin Givens, and he had Tyson's back. Remember he had Mike's back, My Jack's back in the day.
He had somebody come and stay at his hotel. Was it like Whitney or somebody? I know he did it. Jay had it too. Okay, here you go.
Right? Stop playing.
Not on there? Yeah,
You said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I would win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life.
Said the negative thing about the white supremacists. You heard me say it? Why haven't you? Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans. Totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke, neo-Nazis, and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
Calling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who call African Americans an inferior race.
We already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
You have a problem figuring out where you're from here, problem. You ain't black.
What's something that you always carry with you? Hot sauce.
I want you to know people are seeing There's a black people.
Is it working?
Wow.
Suffered under democratic control. To those I say the following. What do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump? What do you have to lose? Come up here. Come. So you're so smart. You mind if I do a job interview? Right? We need good people. How are you? So what's your experience in front of the world? If we can make a good deal on the salary, she's going to probably have a job.
I never saw that one.
This part, I was like,
Provide a little relief that we're covering all the serious news today. A Marine alongside Marine One lost his path. The president goes to put it back in. It falls off again as he pats him on the side. He goes and he grabs it again. So
I was actually going to show you that.
The new Trump is still king, not because of occupation, it's because we respect the king.
Real estate stocks and bonds. I buy cars with straight cash, have meetings with Donald Trump. On my stage like Donald Trump. 27 cars in a 12-bedroom house. Now they call me Snoopy Trump. Still absurd money, private birds money. That Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Bloomberg. Direction of the real time to get richer than Trump. I still dust it, breathing off a Trump budget. Fire motherfucker Donald Trump. Give me fame and fortune, me and Trump on golf courses. First of the month, Trump to the buyers. Red 2K on the coupe you've been fired. Over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money. Ain't that some shit?
I forgot about that song. That was a gem.
I know Donald Trump. Trump.
Okay.
I made 4 lists this month. Million on the corner, Donald Trump. Bill Gates or Bruce Wayne. I'm talking money like I'm Donald Trump. I'm like Donald Trump. Face swing like I'm Trump. I'm buff worse than Donald Trump. Lexapro in Mexico, across from a Texaco at McDonald's drunk.
G-Unit Radio, G-Unit Radio. Who cares? Christ.
With Donald Trump, I never thought I'd be next to this guy, man. Mr. Trump, are you gonna buy my album June 28th? Absolutely.
You're gonna buy all your albums?
Can you buy 10 million albums?
Whoa. And I'll be first in line to buy your album.
Thank you, sir. I just want to be your friend.
I don't think they believe me.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Stop the video. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But well, I mean,
they
we're
lying.
not Donald Trump fans at all, but you know, it was just something to watch.
I mean,
No. Listen, I was a fan. I guess I'm still a fan. I guess you could say I'm still a fan. I mean, I don't get involved in the politics of it or whatever like that. But he says funny stuff, and most of what he says turns out to be kind of true, from what I could say.
But is that on purpose, though?
Huh?
That's on purpose. Maybe it's all part of the script, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really getting into all of that. You know, I'm with the point. Yeah, they used to love Donald Trump. People used to love Donald Trump.
I'm more about the people, right? like I'm just trying to say, like, look at the people and be like, you don't remember that? Like, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is good, but do you not remember your life?
Right. Do you not remember loving him? Do you not remember, like, every time he made a guest appearance? Like, I had a video, I don't want to take the time to find it, but he walked on this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air set, and Carlton was like, oh, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying, right? And it's like, that's what he did every time, like, he showed up. It was like Trump, you know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody wanted to be like Trump.
Right.
Yeah. Trump tight all day, every day.
Yeah.
Okay, you can go now.
All right.
So he's gonna leave.
All right. See you
nice
later.
chatting with you.
Right. He put on pants. All right. So yeah, the Liam thing was crazy to me because Liam Chef, his God, it made me so sad reading his blog. He had a letter up to,
so when did he die?
I want to say 2009. But it might be a little bit after that.
So he's one of these people that I missed. I
missed him too. I missed him too until I found him. But the weird thing is, do you know how he died, or I didn't tell you that part?
No, you didn't tell me that part.
He died from tinnitus.
How do you die from tinnitus?
Exactly. Like, it's so weird. And he got it from the dentist, going to the dentist.
Well, that kind of makes sense, but
yeah, really weird. I mean, he explains some of it. I was gonna read some of his letter, but first, because it's very strange. He's one of the first people, when you go back on the timeline and look at you know, what do they call them? Disease deniers or whatever. You know, he was one of the first people that had proof, as far as we used to call it, that HIV didn't cause AIDS. And that's why his stance on that is what made people, you know, question his credibility on the whole AIDS guinea pig, the kids as guinea pig stories. But there was a great article in the Village Voice when that was still a thing. I don't know, it may still be, but that revisited it after, because they did what they always do when it's a big story like that and they don't want it to be. They went in and they discredited him, and then they brought in a expert, you know, to say that it was, you know, the way I read that stuff now is completely the opposite of what they want me to. Even so far, like, I will immediately gravitate towards the scientist that's shunned, or the scientist that's information.
Well, I at least want to hear him out.
Right.
That's my thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Like don't tell me who to listen to. That's another thing I don't understand about people on the left sometimes. Don't tell me who to listen to. Don't tell me who to like. Don't tell me what somebody else said and what they mean. Like, I will work that out for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that all that instructional guidance. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't need you yelling, trying to remove people's livelihood because they don't share your belief system. No, honey. Yeah. The definition of liberal is people that can accept other people, like for whatever belief system they may have. Like that is the definition of liberal. What is wrong with you people? Seriously, like I just don't get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as it doesn't encroach on you or whatever like that. See, because like, you know, it just brings me back to the abortion question, right? And how we were talking about that. And I think, you know, I think what it comes down to is that the extra baby, the baby is just a different life. It just deserves its own shit. It's just its own.
I mean, who's it, like, yeah, who's to say, how is it your choice? Even the woman, like, you know, are you sure? Because now the baby's the thing. And then the father, you know, I just don't. It's really hard for me because I grew up my whole life so pro-choice, so liberal, so, you know, like you will not take away my own rights, my this, my that. But then
I'm still pro-choice, you know. I just don't like how they're
within reason. Yeah, I mean, make sure it's your choice. That's my thing, is make sure it's your choice, that it comes from, because a lot of people are out there working on someone else's belief.
Listen, it can't be for convenience. It's got to be for like a reason, not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like families, we got to start pulling together. We got to start, you know, taking care of our own. And, you know, ladies, y'all got to be a little bit more responsible because, you know, niggas are going to do what they going to do. You know what I'm saying? Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck responsibly. Pretend like it's always it can always be off the table, because it can be. You know that now.
Yeah,
take
for
this,
real.
You know, take this as knowledge. Like, this is a convenience.
And I don't mean to put all the responsibility on ladies either, because, you know, but it's just, I mean, what am I gonna tell a grown man? You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna tell a grown man?
Men have responsibilities of their own, you know, but,
you know
it also lends itself to the whole like depopulation thing. When you see the demasculation of men, you see how far they're pushing that. There's a new one that my mother-in-law keeps sending me, the picture of these people. She's like, what are these ones called? And I'm like, I think they're non-binary. Have you seen the ones, the I hate to say it like that, because I mean, I love everybody and people are confused. Maybe they're causing confusion on purpose. Who knows? I'm not to say. However,
I believe they are causing confusion on purpose.
On purpose,
I think that there's a certain percentage of Americans who think they're getting smarter by accepting these untruths, half truths, these inversions and things like that, right? And they think they're getting smarter, but they're not. They're actually regressing. I mean, there are absolutes. If there's no absolutes, then there are absolutes.
I mean, truth is an absolute, like the truth. Here, I'm going to show you a picture of the one she's talking about. So I believe, and you may know better than I do, I believe that these are the people who call themselves non-binary. This is just the over-the-top version of that. Yeah, and I told her, you know, because she comes around. I have actually a fun fact about, it's Num's mom that I'm talking about her and her family, but I don't want to jump off, but I'll try to remember, or you can remind me. So here goes the ones she's talking about. Let me see. Share screen. You don't have to do anything. Okay, good. So this is one.
That's non-binary.
I think that's what they're doing, but what I'm mostly trying to say is this: like, can you see this one? Sorry about that. Yeah, what are we doing here? Like, what's with, like, you know, like?
Yeah, I saw a guy like that. I saw Matt. I want to say Matt Walsh.
Oh,
I think it might have been What Is a Woman? And he was talking to a person, right, that had a beard and hair. Maybe. It was like, right, you know, right? And I thought what he said was spot on, perfect. He's like, no, you don't get to get your own pronouns.
Yeah, you don't get to get your own pronouns.
He said it flat out. He's like, that'd be like if I said, you know, I identify as perfect and
handsome
and intelligent, and it's only, you know, you don't get your own pronouns. It's just not how it works.
You have to see me that way. You have to see me as I see me, which is handsome and perfect and intelligent, and you have to address me as such. Yeah, that's great. Like, this whole movement, the whole thing is so narcissistic to me, and so like realization needs to come at some point that you are focusing on the wrong shit.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Like nobody gets their sexuality celebrated. You don't get to have marches and parades and shit. Like you guys
Like,
got
nobody
all the
does
right
that, right? Yeah, nobody needs a parade to celebrate their sexuality. Do what you do. Like I'm like, that's the thing. I'm not against anybody doing what they do, but there's a couple of things that we got to clear, right? We cannot have a homosexual society because then the society will disappear, right? Homosexuals,
obviously,
by definition, cannot. You know, so when in my opinion, that is why heterosexuality has been in the forefront, because we want our society to continue. That's like
some
logical...
people don't, right? But some people don't, right? And those people may be the ones that are pushing, but they may be the ones that are pushing the homosexual agenda as well as the abortion agenda and all these things. Like there's people that don't want they don't want to share the earth.
Yeah, I know. And you could look at it as part of a depopulation agenda, you know?
I mean, unfortunately, that's all they've ever wanted.
But that's crazy though, because if all these people on the left are having all these freaking abortions and they want to be gay and not have children, then in 15, 20 years, they're going to be gone and it's going to be a conservative nation.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like basically like stupiding themselves out of existence, if you ask me. I mean, at some point, y'all got to wake up and realize, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, some of them don't care. Some people on the left, like, I think it was your video where, was it? No, it may have been the other one I was telling you about, where she was saying, I'm a former fetus and I did not ask to be born. Have you seen that one? She was like, and I wish I could sue my mom for having me, because life is hard and like all this stuff. So,
and we don't even know what life is hard is. Like this, life is not hard. Life is not hard.
Life is just life. And you make it the way that it is because you control yourself and your destiny and your reactions and your actions. It's a whole responsibility thing. You can do it. I know you can. You can't do it. No one can. Right?
You know, part of it is the absence of fathers. You know, fathers are the ones that tell you how to get down and dirty. Fathers are the ones that tell you not to give up. Fathers are the ones, you know, moms are the ones that comfort you when you're hurt, but fathers are the ones that encourage you to get out there and get hurt and try something. And, you know, there's the dynamic that is sort of missing that I think adds to it.
And then mom helps you feel better and wipes your wounds and all that stuff. It's definitely a balance. And that anybody who denies that balance is like, is falling, basically disconnecting from the source of all things, because the source created that balance, that masculine and feminine energy combined is what creates harmony. Harmonious is the goal. Like you don't want discontent, and anybody who encourages it is not for you. And so go away from them. Maybe, I mean, it's up to you ultimately, but like, if anybody, like somebody told me once, be wary of people that tell you things that hurt you, because that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
Right. That you didn't even ever need to know, you know, and you would have been fine. It didn't make or break you in any way until it was told to you. Right. And then the other quote I love is, don't tell me who was talking, you know, like, don't tell me who was talking shit about me. Tell me why you were so comfortable for them to tell you. Like, why were they so comfortable to tell you?
Right.
You know?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. No, but that seemed like it should be on a plate in the kitchen on the wall, right. Next to a big fork. You know what I'm saying? Next to a big fork and a big spoon.
Big plate. Yeah, no. Oh, you mean on the big plate? Yeah.
Yeah, like written on a big plate. You know, next to the Black Jesus.
I have my own. I made my own sign that I love, but I haven't put it up since my son moved out. But because he was always coming in the kitchen. But my sign was. Big sign. If you are not cooking and you are not cleaning and you have reached the end of this note, you have been in the kitchen too long. And then, yes, why are you still here? In my kitchen.